Good morning, everyone, and good evening, good night, wherever you are. This is 11:01. We have 26 people in the call right now. Uh, I know this is a little bit something we need to definitely make better. Uh, Coming to this call on time is essential. Otherwise, we are losing time. But whoever joined, thank you very much for coming on time. Some people joined even before, so this is good. During the session, I noticed that people are putting a lot of information on the chat, especially myself. I am not tracking chat during the session, so anything to be discussed, definitely put on the parking lot, and we can discuss. Apart from that, anything to be notified immediately, you can just put the mic on and talk. So there is no issue. So today we'll have definitely good discussion, I believe. So we can get started here. Let me start sharing my screen. Can someone confirm if you are able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, Vishnu.
Yes.
And my audio is okay?
It's good.
Okay, very nice. Okay, let's start. Today is July 11th, Saturday, session 7th. We are going to have about 12 to 13 sessions, so we are kind of in the middle, but we are going to start very much core of the total program. So let's see what we can do. So we talked about Scrum team, but we need to understand a little bit deeper about the Scrum team so that we can do good things about what we are delivering. We can deliver value to the customer in a better way. So Scrum team is a self-organizing team. Basically, they choose how best to accomplish their work rather than being directed by other outside the team, right? So this is the key fact we have to understand. When we talk about self-organizing, many times people think that self-organizing mean, okay, I am doing my job, I am organized, and I am doing the job that I need to accomplish. That is not what we are talking here. We are talking about self-organizing team. That means think the team as a whole human body, and within that we have hands, legs, head, eyes, all those, right? So each of those parts become one team member. So if only my one hand is working, other second hand or maybe leg not working, I will be considered as handicapped. And when one hand is working, the other hand is also coordinated in a way they know that what the other hand is doing. Even leg, right? If I am running, that time my leg is running, my hand is also moving, my body, my eye is seeing. All those things are coordinated and they are working for the purpose of why the person is running, right? So similarly, self-organizing team is that way. So when people are together working towards a common goal, that time they are pretty much organized, coordinated, and they are thinking what is the best thing they need to do to achieve their goal. So that is what we have to understand, self-organizing. So if a team within your organization, within your capacity, or if you are a team member and you are working within that team, if you see that you are not doing that way, then that means there is something needs to be changed, improvement needs to happen. So you need to understand how you need to do. So through different practices, you will understand those, but understand this word self-organizing teams. Any interview, for example, you are going, people will be asking, what do you mean by self-organizing, right? And similarly, the cross-functional teams. Cross-functional teams basically means that within your team, everything that all skill sets, whatever necessary for you to deliver end to end, right? It is not that okay, I am we are a team, we are knowing all database, and we are expert in database, and we can do everything about database, but we do not know anything about UI, we do not know anything about APIs, we do not know anything about how to test, then that is not a cross functional. So that means when you are part of a team, you are only having a specialized skill, then you are depending on other people, or other people are depending on you. So you need to think of how you can build a cross-functional team with all competency available within that team that can deliver end to end. So these two are key. So I am showing this one. Now let's go to the something. Uh, so within our today's training, and even tomorrow and future, you will see that I am going through a lot of videos, and these videos basically going to accelerate our training activity or learning activity. So let's see what we learn from this one and how we can make ourselves growing in those skill sets and then add value. I want to stop a little bit here. You saw the video, but there are a lot of people here, 39 people at this point. I want to say something before I proceed to all other items. So thank you very much for joining again here. When I talk, I feel that I am like talking to walls, right? So that means people do not show face. Mean some people, but not everyone. So I feel that okay, I'm having session here, but nobody is willing to show their face. So it looks like I'm not having a good session here. So I would appreciate if you guys can show your face so that I feel that okay, so many people in the call, and I'm getting the energy, the vibe that okay, oh, I'm talking to so many people, right? So that is one thing. So please make your camera on. So whenever I'm not sharing my screen, so that we can have the good conversation. Let's proceed. So the video you saw that that is coming from SAFe, right? So that gave very high level picture about the Scrum team and what they are doing. It talked about little bit roles also, right? And we'll again go over those roles and talk about how we can make our team. So what is the feeling about that video? So is that something you feel I should continue say similar videos that I have? Is it giving some value? Do we need to repeat that one if somebody is feeling that okay, it went very fast and I need to have I need to capture that information one more time? I want to
I think
have
we are good.
yeah,
The video looks good. Yeah, I mean the pace is good, what I understand. Yeah.
this is good. Okay, okay, very
Vishnu,
nice.
maybe the last slide where there are several components of a Scrum team was there. If you can show that, I think that looks, maybe it will come in one of your presentations, but
Yeah,
that
definitely.
was, yeah.
Definitely. And I'll try to. So let me ask you one thing. So in the earlier sessions, we talked about Suhari. Suhari, the first thing is Su, where basically you take a practice and then repeat that one multiple times so that you understand that practice or what is there behind the practice and how we can improve ourselves, right? So I want to ask individual and everyone here, how much in your day-to-day life, how much you are utilizing that Suhari practice, or is that something giving you any thought how I can apply this Suhari technique in my day-to-day life within work, wherever you go, right? So, is there anyone practicing or thinking of Suhari? So the reason I am asking, right, this training session is also where it is something I am applying Suhari technique. So that means the Su person is practicing basically something that you need to go through again and again, same thing again and again, so that you will basically understand the real fact behind it, right? So I might run the video 2 times. I might show the same slide multiple times in different time, and that is a purpose. Purpose is basically people to capture the information, and they understand that, oh, this is what in the first instance I could not capture. Maybe now it is connecting with me. So
Vishnu, I can give an example. It's a very
yeah,
good example, which I think. So in our company, we are now in the process of implementing a EDMS part that's called DocHub. So digitizing all the documentations which we used mostly for the GXP and GMP purpose. So it's a new thing for us, and there are a lot of things actually happening from India, and they were sharing through different video clips. There was one video clip which is called migration and the UAT, user acceptance test. I think I viewed that clip near about 15 times. So I was not able to understand how these Indian point of view they have developed and how that is going to fit into our site in the where we are working. And I think I have near about 5 sessions with the India team, and they were saying, "Are you clear till now?" I said, "No, I'm not clear." Because once I say yes, they are going to start migrating the documents. So I said, guys, don't feel bad because I will not stop if I don't understand. So they were taking my example in one of the meeting that it is good if you can ask, 7 times as Arvind was asking, but don't stop and later on face problems.
very
So
good.
that was a good example.
No, no, very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
So Vishnu sir, if I give an example, so when we start our Scrum's journey, what?
With you. Sorry, let me stop you a little bit.
Sure.
I want to say something here, which is something I'm not feeling good when somebody says sir to me. So if you don't use sir, just say Vishnu. Anyone. I have seen even chat, people say Vishnu sir. Please, please, my request, do not use sir word. I don't feel
Sir,
comfortable.
actually, this comes naturally because whatever you are doing for us, I have seen so many people, so many agile coaches in the community now, and not everybody does this. So, sir is basically used as out of respect rather than a role that you are playing.
No,
So, like,
understand. Thank you very
sure,
much. But please, do not, anyone, please do not use sir. Vishnu is sufficient for me. Okay,
sure,
thank
I'll
you.
keep that one.
Respect.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is as per my experience. I won't take any specific example or a specific person's name over here. But when, as Scrum Masters or as Agilists, when we start our journey, what usually people do is they try learning through Udemy or Coursera or whatever courses. They first try to learn as much as they can on their own. So that is the first stage. The second stage comes when they realize that we can gain knowledge through these, but we actually need a coach to make us understand what actually Scrum is. So then they go for some basic courses, and they usually go for some sort of coach who can guide them for some few certification basics that they can do. Once they are done with that, then they go to the last stage, for which they go for more advanced stage, I would say advanced certification, maybe agile coach or safe or things like that. Then they go to different coaches and explore what all they can learn from different people. So this is my understanding and my example where I can relate this.
No, so this is very good, Ritu. So let me correct little bit there. So first stage, second stage you explained, that is correct. The third stage what you explained is actually the second stage. So basically you are going through multiple masters. So it might be advanced, but you are going through multiple masters. Third step comes when you come up with idea where you are bringing some kind of course, you are creating a course and you are developing others. Like for example, right now what is happening, I am in restage where I am developing a course. It is I got information from various sources, but now I am customizing that one. I am creating that course into a new one. You will see that it is not the regular course normally people give it. You will see that latter stage that okay, things are totally different. It is not a normal traditional course pattern, and that is what the restage basically. I have developed that course by myself in a new way. So that is where the innovation comes into picture. So it is not basically taking others ideas and doing the same thing, right? So that is good. Okay, so Suhari is good. I think people are majorly understanding. So it's all about once you start practicing that one, you'll get into it. So now, right now, we have 42 people. I think, okay, so I gave little bit time because people were joining. So the core topic is coming. I wanted to pause a little bit so that everybody gets what we need to get, right? Thank you, everyone, again. And everybody got the idea of our course and the face-to-face interaction. Looks like people are joining and showing their videos. That is good. Thank you again for that one. And I would request next time, if people are joining on time, that would be very good. And it is basically you are respecting others' time. If you are joining late, that means I am delaying the course. So it is indirectly we are not respecting others' time. So please join on time. Thank you again. Talked about something the team is building the product iteratively and incrementally, and through collaboration and through reward and recognition and having fun, right? Those three things. And then team.
Vishnu, I want to pause here.
Yeah.
One thing is, I don't know how many people have experienced this. The second two parts, like you mentioned, that first is collaboration, and then is reward, and then is recognition, right? So, do you feel that for a successful team achievement, these two are integral part?
Yes, that is the reason this is given. If we are just doing collaboration, the other two part is not there. And you will see that team is not basically having that synergy to continue. So we need to have the other two part. So fun is definitely necessary. In between, we have to do in a periodic basis, bring some kind of activity within the team so that they can have fun, right? So fun activity like we can take them out for bowling and have fun. Similar to that, and we can go to restaurant and have dinner, lunch, whatever possible, and have fun. Rewards, right? Or recognition, finding out how we can recognize the team, right? Individual also in basically part of the recognition, but see how you can recognize and reward the team in a better way so that everybody feels part of the reward. So that is key, definitely. Thank you, Arvind, for bringing that one. So
Yeah, I just wanted to, why I brought it up, because in many of the management styles, all the management strategies, the middle part sometimes breaks, the reward part.
yeah,
And they have collaboration, they create a platform for having fun exercises and all, but the middle part sometimes comes as the third part, not as the second. So that's what I was trying to talk. Thank you, Vishnu. Thanks.
yes, yeah, definitely. And there was, in fact, there was one question regarding motivation. How do we motivate people
Correct.
without financial this thing, like without money, right? Giving money.
Yeah.
So that question I have. So that is the advanced course. So after we finish most of the core part, I'll have a few slides to talk about motivation, how to motivate teams. And in the leadership skill, that is the key one, how you basically motivate and progress the team towards supremacy.
Yep.
So
Thank you.
definitely we need to take a look at it. So
So,
in the video we talked about a few things here. So let's start with uh, the roles. Scrum Master, we talked about Scrum Master role, and Scrum Master guides team in agile events and practices. He's a coach, basically coaching the team, and acts as a liaison between your team and other teams in the organization. So it is not just your team, so your team and other team. So basically connects between all the teams within the program or the enterprise. Identifies and removes impediments blocking your progress or your team's progress towards iteration goal. So focus is iteration goal. So you'll see that many times people focus on doing things and getting things done, but if your focus is not there towards your iteration goal or sprint goal, then you are doing something that doesn't add value. So you have to think that way. So Scrum Master is always there looking to what you are doing, what your team is doing, how he or she can basically help in removing impediments. Creates an environment of continuous flow and relentless improvement, right? We are working on something, and if we are not looking back what we did and how we can improve ourselves, then at the end you will see that things are not going very well. So we need to bring improvement into continuous improvement into the whole cycle so that we can grow ourselves.
Vishnu, this is Arvind again. Sorry for keeping on interjecting.
Yeah.
One thing which I want to understand in this cycle of getting the productivity with a Scrum team, how do we emphasize on the dynamic resource allocation? Do we consider that? Yeah, dynamic resource allocation. Do we consider as part of Scrum, or it's a different process altogether?
So it is actually it's a good question, but tricky question. I would keep that one in parking lot.
Okay.
Definitely, it will take some time.
I'll put it. Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So product owner. So product owner is a person, he or she represents the customer in your team and works closely with the product managers and other stakeholders to understand what customers need, right? So this is a key role, and if within your team this role is not properly established, then it is going to create a big problem for product delivery. Many teams I have seen that they start the team, they have Scrum Master, and team is there, they wanted to deliver, they jump into the gun and start working on it, but what they basically do is they produce things in the right way, but they do not know what is the right thing to do. So this product owner is a person who brings the right things to do. So without understanding that one, if we are just delivering in the right way, it doesn't add any value to the customer. So this is the key person. You need to make sure within your team this person is there, the role is clearly understood, and the person is doing his or her role in the appropriate way. That means the person is able to connect with the product managers or the business or the stakeholders and bringing the work, making sure it is translated in the right way, and team is understanding that one and going ahead with whatever necessary. Helps team maximize the value it delivers. That's what I said. So to deliver value, you need to make sure that how we are working on those items that is necessary, prioritizing the items in the proper way, and working with the team, helping the team understand the priority and understanding the value needed, and then working to see how the value can be delivered. So we talk about that one, and ensure team uses a customer-centric mindset to plan and do work. So everything is all about customer. If you are not focusing on that part, then again problem. So anything you are doing, it should basically first question you have to ask, what I am going to do is how does it connect with the customer? What value customer is going to do if I do this one? If you can answer this one, then only you will see that things are in place. Then comes agile team. Agile team is basically who delivers, right? They are the people who push their 40 hours a week and see that how things are happening, right? So Scrum Master, product owner, they are the specialized role. They are helping on that process, but team is actually putting the effort. Ideally, a cross-functional group of 3 to 9 members who collaborate to define, build, test, and deliver value to the customer. That's agile team, right? And so videos talked about that one, but these people are within the ecosystem and they are day to day following some practice, and what they do that talked about within the events. So first is iteration planning. So iteration planning event, the team determines the work they can realistically complete and summarizes that work in a set of committed goals. So they basically come and sit together and discuss and then find out, okay, realistically what can be delivered, right? It is not something that we are wishful to deliver something. So that wishful thinking is good, but it is not always good if you are not properly planning and making sure that what can be delivered that is what we are planning to do. If there are problem in that one, then team works with stakeholders to find out how they can solve the thing. So the the last part is says committed goal. So that means with the iteration planning, we will make sure that okay, people are committing to certain goals that is needed for the customer. Then comes daily stand-up. So after planning is done, so people will go through daily stand-up because every day they have to again do planning for that day. So what they do, every day the team tracks the progress towards iteration goals by participating in a 15 minutes daily stand-up call. And then within that 15 minutes, it's a rapid fire conversation where everyone on the team helps identify how they are progressing to achieve the iteration goal. So always you will hear the word, the focus is towards the iteration goal. Anything you are doing, any conversation you are having, everything is basically focused towards the iteration goal. So if we are not focusing, then it's a problem. Then iteration review. So when you are working, you are completing things, you have to make sure that okay, we review what we have delivered and see what improvement can come into picture. At the end of the iteration, everyone participates in the iteration review to get feedback from product owner and other stakeholders on what the team delivered. So that's the review. And then finally, retrospective. Retrospective is all about identifying what we have done good and how we can improve ourselves in the process. Scrum Master leads a team retrospective where team figures out what went well and what the team can improve in the next iteration. Right? So this is what the video was about. And later if somebody, if major of the people interested to look into that video again, I can play, but not now. Let's see what we can do next. So essentially what we talked about is here, everything here, and there will be a question for everyone. So we saw the video, we talked about roles, we talked about events, and something is missing, which is here but not in that video. So I want to find out who can tell what is missing in that video.
Team metrics.
Team metrics. Okay, very good. Team metrics. What else missing? In terms of event, can somebody tell what event is missing?
Grooming.
Yes, very nice. Okay, so in that video, there is no mention about the refinement or grooming or decomposition. So that is a key event, but that is missing. So we need to talk about that one in our future slides. But that's a key one. Definitely, we need to make sure. Thank you. Okay, so in this process, Scrum Master, so if you see the picture, in this picture you see the Scrum Master here, and Scrum Master is spanning from left to right. So this is the person who looks into everything. Product owner is this side and somewhere here also for review and all those, but majorly like Scrum Master is the facilitator. So you need to understand this role and the leadership style of the Scrum Master, because this is key, and many of the people will be interested to look into this one from this group, because either they are interested to move from traditional project management to Scrum management and how this one will help them, or somebody interested to do the Scrum Master role. So you have to pay attention, even if you are a product owner, how you are working with the Scrum Master. If you understand the Scrum Master role clearly, then your behavior will be aligned with what you are doing. So Scrum Master facilitates Scrum events. So you'll hear the same words again and again because this is a repeat on purpose, taking that Suhari Su thing, right? You are basically practicing again and again. So I might have told 10 times that Scrum Master is a facilitator. He or she facilitates Scrum team events. Somewhere they might say ceremonies. So event ceremonies, they are same thing. And people many times use word meeting. So with the Scrum process or Agile process, meeting word is kind of gone. So we now talk about events and ceremony. When we talk about meeting, that means people just talk about something the process wise and not much outcome. Meeting is all about a waste of time, people think. So they don't use in Agile meeting word. So it is event or ceremony. Coaches team improvements with values, principle and best practices. So we talked about values, principle and practices earlier, agile thing, right? And how we connect with our day-to-day practice, right? So the Scrum Master role will be to see that what practice we are doing, how it is connected to the agile value and principle, and watches team's behavior. Anytime he or she sees that deviation from the original agile value and principle, then comes to the team and try to coach in a way that team can take it nicely, not directly coming and saying that, hey, you are not following this one. That's not the way a Scrum Master does. If you are coming like that, thinking that okay, team members are under my control and I am going to tell them what to do, then it is completely opposite of agile. Helps to remove impediments to the team's progress. We talked about it. Protects the team from external disturbances. So external disturbances is like, okay, majorly comes from your management itself. The Scrum Master is not a manager for the team. Scrum Master part of the team who is a facilitator and coach. So your manager might be your development manager or someone who you are reporting to. And many times you will see that they with power, they come to you and ask you to do something. And you are focused, you are committed to your iteration goal, but they will come and ask you to do some favor or do something that they wanted and that will help their day. So that's the external disturbance. So as a Scrum Master, your role to understand what is going on and how you can protect the team members so that they can focus and they can deliver. So that is something key. And to understand that one, we'll go through advanced courses to understand how you need to operate in that mode. Also through question and answer, we'll talk about it, but not right now. But understand that there are external disturbances and the Scrum Master is going to help the team, protecting the team from those external disturbances. Fosters adoption of agile technical practices. So people are working, people need to deliver, they need to be technical savvy so that they can deliver. They need to deliver quality product, right? Team is very nice, they are working together, they have trust, they have good relationship with people, but if they do not have technical skill, proper skill, then what will happen? They will deliver a crappy product. So we need to see that as a Scrum Master, you need to see that what team is doing and what technical skill needed. So then the Scrum Master brings those things into the table. That means Scrum Master is not going to coach, but Scrum Master need to identify what skill set required for the team for them to improve and deliver, right? So they need to bring external coaches. They need to bring the people from other team who know a particular skill set, and then see how they can help. They creating lunch and learn session and many other avenues where basically team can get help, team can find time to put those practices and understand how they can deliver. Assist the PO in preparing and refining the backlog for release planning and iteration planning. So this is the key activity. We are basically working with a Scrum Master, working with the product owner in preparing and refining the backlog, right? without a good healthy backlog, everything is basically false. Means if you do not have what needs to be done, what is the right thing to do, then whatever you are doing is basically waste. So your main focus, not only Scrum Master, even teams, the focus is to see that how we can have a healthy backlog. Healthy backlog means, okay, it is a good number of features and stories are there. It is refined. It is in a stage where all the acceptance criteria, your test criteria, and whatever needs to be done in terms of verification, everything is there. Then people understand what the story is about and how they can deliver is secondary. But if the team is understanding what needs to be delivered, they can apply their skill to deliver with the how condition, right? So this is a key that Scrum Master need to work with PO. Act as a servant leader. So this is the last part is actually very crucial. And if a person understand this servant leadership, then it is something going to help the team, help everyone within the organization. So what is servant leadership? A servant leader knows that her own growth comes from facilitating the growth of others who deliver the result. Good leaders must first become good servants. So what is the meaning of this one? So if I am talking about servant leadership, so that means I am talking about servant, I am talking about leadership. So leadership comes with service to others first. So service can come in any form. So but your mentality, your mindset, mind is set in such a way that when you think people in need, people are asking for help, right? You are there to help them directly, indirectly, or coming up with idea how you can help the team, right? So that is one thing. But certain times you will see that, okay, people do not ask help, but you see that they need help. So you do in such a way that, okay, without their understanding that something is happening, but still in the back you are helping in a way that, okay, they get what they need to get, right? So basically you are facilitating the growth of others. Okay, how you are facilitating, it is up to you, right? You need to see how you can grow others, and at the same time you will see that by growing others you are growing yourself. So that is a kind of servant leadership. But with example I can say is at home we have basically husband, wife, and kids all are there, right? They are family members. When kids are needing something, okay, needing in the sense not that they are coming and say I need a game, right? Okay, not that kind of need I am talking. I am talking about the real need for their growth, right? For their schooling, for their knowledge growth, right? As a parent you are doing something for them, right? So that is like a servant leadership. Nobody, so the kid is not coming and asking you to take them to Kumon or do something. They will not. But you are thinking how I can make my kid grow, how they can be good in math, English, whatever, right? So you are doing something. At the same time also they are asking, hey dad, I do not have this one, I need this I need a calculator for my math, right? Okay, so you are going and buying. Those are small things, but the big thing is understanding their real need and how you can bringing those into the plate, right? So you need to see that one. And let's see.
Vishnu, this is Arvind.
Yeah.
Sorry to interject. I can give a good example. And most of our, I think many of us are people leaders here. And my example I can give that when I work with my team in case of the performance management, I considered or I renamed it as performance improvement. So I work with each of my team member to improve the performance rather to manage their performance. So in a nutshell, if each of my team member grows, in each of them performs perfectly to achieve the goal, which is aligned with organization goal, in turn I am also growing and I can facilitate them to and I find out where they need my help, and that's how we do the performance improvement, not the performance management.
No,
So
very
this is
nice.
a good example. Yeah.
No, very nice example. So that is where people need to understand that one. So how you are bringing growth. Uh, the management word itself causes problem, and that's a traditional thing. And people are understanding right now how that one hurts people. So uh, good thing that okay, people are already practicing, and I know everybody is doing that one directly, indirectly, without knowing. Also, you are acting as a servant leader. So, but you need to see that how you can improve on that one so that people feel comfortable with you, building trust. Or trust the relationship will come with showing servant leadership, right? So first trait with a servant leadership is listen. Listening is the most critical one. Listens to and support team members in problem identification and decision making. Right? Every day you are in the work environment. People are taking hundreds of different decisions, and how you can help. Right? So first thing is is listening. Listening is critical, and it's not just listen to other or hearing what they are saying and trying to act on it immediately. Listening is not about that one. Immediately acting is not listening. So understand real problem, what they are facing, and how you can help them improve on those situations. Understands and empathizes with others. So empathy is a critical part. People will be in a state like some team members might be having conflict, and one person is dominating other. Uh, understand what their problem is, giving empathy to their situation, and then find out the root cause and how you can help on that one. Encourages and supports the personal development of each individual. So personal development also coming into picture. It is not just a professional thing, right? You are in the work, so if you think that oh, we are professional and anything and everything that I am doing is related to professional thing, no. So we are human being. As a servant leader, as a scrum master or product owner or anyone within the organization, maybe a development manager or maybe a QA manager, whoever, right? So we need to think that how we can develop those people, their skills, personal skills and professional skill, and also understand their personal needs. So based on that, you can come up with a plan how you can help those individuals. So the fourth one is very crucial, persuades rather than using authority. So many things happen, many problems happens with authority. Okay, so I am a development manager. I have a power here, so I can exercise my power here little bit. So that is authority, right? Okay, so people comes and say, okay, so no, you need to do this way. I'm telling that okay, this needs to be done this way. So that is basically authority. And if those behavior still there within the organization, and it is still there, I have seen, and it is happening also, but we are growing people to understand that okay, this is not good. If you are really trying to achieve something, so make the team in such a way that okay, help them uh, self organize and do their job, and you can persuade them, uh, not pushing or directing or controlling anything. So things beyond day-to-day activities. So servant leader thinks beyond day-to-day activities. So everyday things are happening, but things out of the box and think day-to-day beyond that one, what can be done. So basically focusing on the whole picture and see that what is there for them to improve. Seeks to help without diminishing the commitment of others. So here sometimes like people will be coming as a servant leader, they will be so much of enthusiastic to help others, so they will not understand that how much interaction their interaction is helping or not helping. So you have to understand people are committed to do something, so you should not come and say that hey, I see problem here. Just giving example here, sometimes you will see that problem is there within the team, right? and people are still focusing and trying to achieve something because they have committed. So, but you are thinking, oh, as a coach, as a scrum master, I need to coach these people right now so that I'll make them better, right? So that is where you have to think, so should I do it now or later, right? So this is one of the things you need to understand what is the right time. So six, to help without diminishing the commitment of others. Is open and appreciates openness in others. So the servant leader is very open to others and appreciate openness in others. So when you appreciate openness of others, then people will feel confident. They will come to you and talk about their problem, and you will be able to help them, and you will also get a lot of help from them. So that trust relationship will come. When you have good relationship, you will see that how you are all connected together as a team or a family, and things will work out better.
Vishnu, this is Arvind. I mean, this is it's a fantastic example. See the combination of the words, servant, leader. So, both are actually have different meanings, but they are combined so nicely to bring a right leader, a right coach. Very good. I like this terminology actually. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind. Okay, so what's the time? So 11:53. I think, yeah. So we'll do an activity, and after that we'll take a break. And I told Pradeep to help me on this one. I think he remembers this one, and so let me finish this one. And Pradeep, anytime we need to take break, so you can just make your mic on and you can talk. So I'm not watching my chat. Okay, so. What I want to do is basically we understood the Scrum process little bit. We understood the roles and responsibility and a few things. So I need to go a little bit into that one and see that what you understand, right? Otherwise, if I don't get the right feedback or the feedback is giving me some information that will help me into improve, right? So this activity, so we'll break out and we'll go to our team. So we have Trello board. So you will join your roles and responsibility board, and then with your team review the responsibility cards. So you'll see that on the left we have cards, and then take each of the card. On the right hand side we have columns. I'll show you that one, columns. So you'll try to find out this card goes to which column. So you'll see that Scrum Master is there, Product Owner is there, team is there, then Scrum Master plus team, Scrum Master plus Product Owner, like that various combination. And you need to find out each card what the responsibility is talking about and where it will fall. So you need to map those and then come back, and when you share with the team, talks about what you found there. And when you are sharing, I would appreciate that, okay, share your screen to everyone and tell that, okay, why this one goes there, or what are the challenge, or this particular role we are confused little bit whether this is right or wrong, so we can talk about it, right? So let me stop sharing, and no, hold on, I'll share the Trello board one more time, sorry.
It is there in the Slack.
No, yeah, so everyone has access to Trello board, right? So go to your Trello board, you can see, but I'm showing right now under global training, so I'll show that one, or I'll go to alpha. I'll go to alpha and go to your agile roles and responsibilities. So you see that so many cards, and you have your Scrum Master, Product Owner, Agile Team, Scrum Master plus PO, like that, Scrum Master plus Agile Team, so PO plus Agile Team, like that it is there. So you need to bring that one and put wherever it rightly fits, right? Once you are done, then you can come back. And the time is how much time? So I have 5 minutes, so I'm giving 5 minutes to complete that activity and then come back, and I'll allow each team to talk about their activity for 2 minutes. I'll not ask every team because of the time, so we'll pick a team and see what can be done. Any question? Okay, so hold on, I'm going to break everyone out. So we can get started here. So which team wants to discuss? Charlie team completed first. Charlie team wants to drive. Anyone from Charlie team?
Sorry, Vishnu. I just joined.
Okay, so I'm asking whoever joined back, please make your video on so that we know. Okay, that's great. Okay, so from Charlie team, anyone wants to share and show the activity done? And we want to see why we have moved a particular card to particular column. So discuss about it, the roles and the responsibility and how it fits into that particular column.
We have moved all these responsibilities. I cannot share it in the screen because it's in some other system. I cannot share the screen.
So, but can you ask anyone from your team who can share? I want to see that it is a team activity. So if one person has impediment, then doesn't mean that the output has to be stopped there. So it's a team activity, right? So if you are not able to do, so someone from your team should be able to do.
There's only 2 members in the team today.
Sorry?
There's another 1 member in the team today, so nobody else. So I checked with Archana. Archana, can you able to share the screen? Is it possible?
Yeah, I'll try to.
So on your team, only 2 members were there, you are saying?
Yeah, including me.
I'm not able to go to the room.
Okay.
Okay, DSU, can I start?
Yeah.
We have moved Vishnu, the daily stand-up meeting will be under the Scrum Master responsibility, and agile ceremonies, managing all the
So hold on. So hold on. One thing, right? So it says attend daily stand-up meeting. So it says Scrum Master. So anyone wants to point out something here?
Yeah, I want to say it
Yeah.
can be Scrum Master and Agile team.
Yes. Both Scrum
No, I
Master and
guess
Agile.
No,
And
no, I
product
don't
owner
support
also.
No.
no, I guess daily stand-up should be by the agile team, and Scrum Master usually just facilitates it. And PO is also not mandatory for daily Scrum.
Yes, only the agile team needs to be there. Even
No,
the
the Scrum Master is a facilitator. It is a must actually. Scrum
Oh.
Agile team is depending on Scrum Master.
No.
So every day, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is there in the Scrum guide that the Scrum
Um,
Master can be there, but it's not necessary for him to be
It
there.
is not mandatory, but all
Yes.
the Agile process they follow the Scrum Master and the Agile team grouping when it comes to every daily stand-up. Because
Absolutely.
Scrum Master needs to know about the impediments always, what has been done and what is the impediment and what the team is going to work on. Those are the updates the Scrum Master provides to the business. So Scrum Master has to be there as part of the Agile team, always in the
Yeah.
stand-up call.
I
Yeah,
would
agree,
like to
guys.
add
I
something.
don't agree. I don't
Anybody in
agree.
the
No, I don't
team,
agree.
anybody in the team can take up the role of a Scrum Master in the absence of a Scrum Master, and if there are any impediments, it can be passed on. So
But
it's
it is
not
only in the absence of
mandatory
Scrum
that
Master. Not
for a more
But that's
mature
only in the
team,
absence, yeah.
in the
for a
absence
more
you are saying,
mature
right?
team, the Scrum Master is
So let's
presence is
follow,
not
let's
mandatory.
hear from Vishnu. So because I think different organizations follow different things. Sometimes they don't follow the Scrum guide, right? So hear from Vishnu so that we can proceed.
Yeah, exactly. Let him speak. Yeah.
No, I would like to add that depending on the stage that the team is, that are they in the forming stage or performing stage, or the stage that the team is, the Scrum Master doesn't need to be there present for the daily stand-up. If the team is mature enough, they can handle the daily stand-up by themselves.
So understand. So we are not saying here there
For the
is a-
help দরকার আমি so I need like 2 people because mutton রাঁধি
So if you are not talking to this group, please make your mic mute. Okay. So here one thing I want to mention that okay, this responsibility, what we are saying that I am not saying that it is 100% mandatory, but it is basically for a good practice who should do what, right? So when it comes to the stand-up, we are expecting that if we need to get the right behavior, right outcome, who should do what, right? So in that term, the stand-up is a crucial one, and in that it is our responsibility to see that the Scrum Master is there, Agile team is there, and the product owner also there. So remember there was one principle saying that okay, I don't remember exact wording, but essence is that to get a good output, so the team needs to work together every day, so including the product every day, so that things will be better, right? So there is one principle. So in that, basically it clearly says that okay, Scrum Master, the Agile team, and the product owner, all three should be there. So I was expecting that this first card should go to the last column, which is basically Agile team, product owner, and Scrum Master. So with different organization, you will see that people are doing differently, but a mature team will have these three roles, whether Scrum Master is there or not, but somebody is facilitating that activity, so that person becomes Scrum Master in that team. So the role is there, Scrum Master is there, and if product owner is not coming to the stand-up, that means we are not doing Agile properly. So we have to see that how we can bring product owner to daily stand-up. I heard some people are saying product owner not needed, but if you are thinking that way, then you are not going to get good result. And if your organization is doing that way, then you are, as a leader, you need to go to the management and see that how you can make the change. So product owner definitely should be part of the daily stand-up.
Vishnu,
Yeah.
Vishnu, there is, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no card for Scrum Master, product owner, and team members.
Yeah, it was not there. We can add that. For our golf team, we have added it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I noticed, yeah, some team had, some team did not. So I do not know whether originally it was there or not. So
It's not.
Yeah, we added it for our team.
Okay. Thank you very much. So,
Good job.
Then it was my mistake. Sorry. But essentially, so that column basically everyone should be there.
So Vishnu, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
this is Arvind. The product owner should be there in this daily stand-up meeting because product owner is interfacing between the client, your customer.
Yes.
So anything happens, some changes it is happening in between, he keeps that relation and brings it back to the team during the progress of the achieving your daily progress and details for the project. So product master, product owner should be there in the meeting so that you get that feedback from your or any changes happening suddenly to incorporate into your project. Yep.
Exactly. And just to clarify, some people said that okay, in some team team actually handles everything, and in some team some people act as Scrum Master. That is true. There is no issue. So the daily stand-up is basically for the people and by the people. and basically by the team. So when we are saying team means okay, developer, tester, whoever. But what we are saying for a efficient team where we are looking for output to be coming in aligned to the customer need, we need to have all three roles present in that meeting, because that's the key part of the whole ecosystem. If daily stand-up is happening without Scrum Master and product owner, you might not get the right result. Okay, sometimes you cannot expect that all three roles should be present, but we are expecting that if those three roles are present, then it will give better result. Let's proceed. Next one.
Next one is manage agile ceremonies, which is under Scrum Master.
Okay. Anyone thinking that it is not right, please raise your hand. Okay, next.
Protect the team from external interferences, which is the Scrum Master responsibility.
Okay, proceed quickly. Yeah.
Attend Scrum of Scrum meetings, coach the agile teams, prepare agenda for iteration and sprint review, facilitating the team events, communicating with other teams, and help remove impediments. These are the roles of Scrum Master. Anybody have any conflict on this?
Prepare agenda for iteration review. Should that involve product
Agile
owner?
team or product owner?
I don't know. I'm
Three of them.
I think they should.
It's like a sprint planning, right? So I think my thought is product owner and team and Scrum Master, three of them should be involved.
Very nice. I think that's the point. Thank you, Aarti and other people talking about that one. So that item plus another item also is there. So let's see how we can move that one to the right place.
Scrum of Scrum should be SM and PO. Scrum of Scrum meetings.
Scrum of Scrum is SM role, is basically responsibility. PO is
Not necessary.
Optional.
Yeah.
And if PO is not invited, then normally they don't go. So
Manage agile ceremonies. My thought there, it should be product owner and Scrum Master, because like you will be doing the event and you need help from product owner also.
So Scrum of Scrum, if we go back and read what we studied, right? Scrum of Scrum is about finding out within the program, multiple teams, how dependencies are handled and the impediments managed. What are the risks? So the Scrum Master represents each team, and they talk about the impediments and the dependencies. So if there are certain things related to the product, those are discussed in another meeting, which is called PO sync, product owner sync. So Scrum of Scrum is little bit different. So if product owner is required, then Scrum Master will invite the product owner to that meeting, Scrum of Scrum, but it is purely optional. So for our discussion purpose, I would say at this moment that keep that card for Scrum Master only. And when we go advanced study, then you will understand why it should be here only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So then, any other card you think that that should be moved?
Yeah, Vishnu, I'm thinking the manage agile ceremonies, that should be Scrum Master plus PO.
Manage agile ceremonies. So all facilitation is Scrum Master responsibility. Product owner definitely helps. Team also helps in that process. But it talks about manage. The word we have to take it. So that way it is Scrum Master. But let's see other which one There are few. I think okay needs to be moved from this place.
What about protect the team from external interference? Doesn't the product owner, to a lesser extent, by interacting with the stakeholders, the business owner, to a lesser extent, isn't it a role that product owner also plays?
I don't think so.
So
That is purely from Scrum Master. I think that's
yeah. So that is
purely Scrum Master.
Scrum Master role definitely, and to some extent, product owner is there to protect, but in terms of responsibility, who is responsible to do what? So it is a Scrum Master role. So
Thank you.
Everyone
Sure,
tries to protect. Definitely.
communicate with other teams is PO responsibility also?
So that one, communicate with other teams, it is everyone's responsibility. Communication doesn't stop with one person. So that is what needs to be definitely moved somewhere. So
Moving to the last part, which is for everyone, SM, PO and AD. All
yes,
the time.
yes. So let's move that one, communicate with other teams to the whole group.
Let it refresh. The screen need to refresh.
Okay, okay, sounds good.
Can you refresh the screen? Okay.
No, still there. Okay, so it has to be moved.
Been moved already. Okay.
So let's go to next column, product owner.
What on the retrospective?
That is not the product owner which attends the retro. It's like can be optional, but it is SM and the AD always.
Everyone, 3 of them has to be there.
Yeah, but PO is optional sometimes because it is
No,
not-
no, Scrum
it is for
Guide,
all.
Yes, it will be
For
all
all.
3 of them.
all, yeah.
Yeah, so to answer
that has to be moved to the last tab.
Okay.
Everybody needs to be part of the retrospective. Yes. So Silpa, when you said sometimes it does, but it is not. As I said.
Yeah, it is not pure agile, but yeah, depending on the team structure, if the PO will be involved or not, depending on the team structure, it happens.
So if it is not happening, so if you are a Scrum Master, then you need to fight the battle. So you need to find out how you can bring the product owner to that team for retrospective. So it is a good practice to bring everyone. But you'll see on my next slides, whichever is coming. So you need to also stop certain people not joining the retrospective. So you'll see. So let's go quickly. So let me read from my side so to make it faster. So represents the business slash end customers. So that's good. Prioritize the team backlog. Accept requirements. Represent the customer. Okay, all good. So agile team. Improve the team process. Attend the backlog refinement session. So why attend backlog refinement session is only team?
It has to be PO also, right? Attend backlog refinement session.
3 of them.
PO and
3 of them. No, a Scrum Master, I don't think.
So it's necessary. Scrum Master is a facilitator, so it's
yeah,
necessary.
it's necessary,
It's
but
for all. It should be for all.
First, sir, can that be a refinement session for the sprint backlog also? Like which backlog are we talking about over here? Usually I think it is the product backlog, but what do we mean here?
So
refinement means it should be, yeah, it should be sprint backlog.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Refinement is done by only PO and SM.
No. That's not correct.
Everyone has to be there.
Okay.
PO, SM, and the team, agile team.
Scrum Master facilitates and the product owner helps in the refinement process with the team. So all 3 should be there.
Yes, because product owner creates the backlog, so he or she must be there. We cannot exclude her.
So Vishnu sir, when we are talking about refinement, this is basically used, the word is basically used for product backlog refinement, right? For sprint backlog, this is not the term that's used. Am I right?
We do not do refinement to the sprint backlog. Sprint
We just create the stories.
No, stories, when stories are created, that is refinement. So I think, okay, so we need to have next level of understanding. So, so whatever you are thinking, just think that, okay, something is not right there. So we have to correct it, but let's proceed in terms of time. Then you'll understand slowly, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go through the refinement process. We have not gone through, but let's see. This is very high level. Let's see what people are understanding.
So I have one more accept requirement, PO and Scrum Master, kind of like, so everyone has has to agree. That's my thought. Except like not only PO, others also have to sync with the requirement.
No, so who is the owner of accepting? I am not. So if I'm a team member, I am not accepting. I am delivering. And if I'm a Scrum Master, I am not accepting. Who owns that product backlog and who owns the outcome? So
So
the
PO.
product owner owns and the product owner accept the requirement.
So in our organization, the PO and the Scrum Master has to approve, but I think it's different. Yeah. Okay, so let's go for PO then.
Yes, so that's different, and that mindset has to change also. So by putting Scrum Master to accept, basically telling people that, okay, I have the authority to do this one, which is wrong to me. So let's proceed. Okay, so on the Agile team, second item is ensure quality. Why it is in this column only? Ensure quality.
Everyone's responsibility.
PO and SM as well.
I would say it's the PO who's responsible for the quality, and to some extent, it's the Agile team also.
All. Everybody.
Yeah, it has to be all.
So if we say, if Scrum Master says it is not my responsibility to ensure quality, then that's a problem. So it's everyone, right? It has to go.
So, but when we talk about the responsibilities, we usually say that the product owner is responsible for the value given by the development team or the value delivered in the product. So that's the statement I'm going by, which is like as per the Scrum guide.
Ensure. It is not responsible or own the quality. No.
Okay.
Who is ensuring the quality? I am putting effort. Everyone is putting effort to make sure that we have the right quality in that product. So everyone is responsible to see what they need to do to make that quality happen.
Okay.
So continuously integrate and deploy. That is good. If anyone having any question can ask. Test the system. Execute the iteration plus sprint. And let's move to the next.
Vishnu,
Yeah.
in that case, improve the team process. Wouldn't the Scrum Master also get involved in improving how the team works?
In which column you are?
That here it is there on the Agile team. Improve the team process.
Improve the team process. Okay. Improve the team process. It has to be yeah, everyone. Yeah. Improve. So
Is it like at least the Scrum Master and the Agile team?
Yeah. So this is a good point. I was forgetting. Sorry. So I was talking about that one, but then I'm not noticing. So when I talked about retrospective, right? I said everyone needs to be present. So why they are present in the retrospective? They want to improve, right? Improve what? They need to improve process. They need to improve team behavior. They need to improve product also. 3 things, right? So, but majorly we talk about process and team on the retrospective. Product we talk about in the review process. We find out what can be done also. So in that sense, it has to go to the last column. Yes.
Vishnu, I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you. Vishnu, we have 2 options here. One is to consider Agile team as the sum total of Scrum Master, Product Owner, and other team members. And the other option is to create another category called Scrum Master plus PO plus team member. So my question is, if we opt for the first option where we say the entire team, including Scrum Master and PO, that is the entire Agile team, then there is a sense of collective responsibility. Wherever we are putting, if we are putting a responsibility in Agile team, that is a collective responsibility. So my question is, otherwise it's like...
Understand, Alok. So there is a confusion also. Even many times people get confused, and I am also getting confused. These terms, whatever I am taking from books and other. So the development team, when I say development team, basically developers, testers, whoever needed to be there to deliver something. So we are saying that Agile team, and there are two specialized roles, Scrum Master, Product Owner. And then when we combine all of them together, so we say Agile teams, Agile, so that is a confusion. So at this point, for this exercise, think that Agile team is just the development team, and for a Scrum Master and PO separate, and together we can say Agile teams.
Vishnu, what I believe here is, since we have different cards where the different permutational combinations, that's the reason we have separated them out, like SMPO and AT. Okay, because there are few cards that they may not fit into all three of them. So that's the reason we have done this, I believe. So because there are few things, few cards we cannot put into it can be just SM plus AT, or some maybe SM plus PO, some maybe only AT. That's the reason we separate them out here. I believe that's the whole reason why it's done like.
No, that's fine. That's fine. See, what this exercise is all about, for everyone to understand the roles responsibility in a better way. So these terms, Agile team or development team, that creates little bit confusion. But as long as you understand those three groups in the picture I had, and if you can keep that one in your brain and think that where it will fall, whether it will fall to the whole picture or left hand side or right hand side or below, then it will be better. So that's the exercise. So let's proceed and see what is there here. SM plus PO, attend the iteration review. So is that correct?
That should be all, right?
Yes. So that should be all. So why review is only SM and PO? Then what about team members? They are not doing anything.
That is kind of a retro, right? So all should be involved in that. The review, iteration review is kind
different.
Yep.
Retro is different.
Yeah, different, but in a higher level. Like when you say iteration review, it is in high level, and then it is kind of a retro to them, right? So that's
sprint planning.
No. Retro completely different.
Yeah.
Review completely different. There is no connection. So if you are thinking retro and review higher level, lower level, no, that's wrong. So review is all about the product review, right? So when we have developed something, it has to be verified by the product owner and the stakeholders in terms of complete outcome.
So how about the system demo then? So system demo is different than the review, you're saying?
System demo is internal to the team, and sometimes internal to multiple teams, but demo is just internal. Review is basically, it brings a whole ecosystem where all the stakeholders will be there, and it is a formal event. So when I say formal, so inside the home I might be doing something and my family is looking into something, but finally when I am going to the public for a particular event, then I am bringing everyone and showing that what we have done. So similar to that one. So within your team, you might have completed story and you might have done demo within the product owner. But now is the time for you to review that one with the whole program or the enterprise to show that what you have developed. So
So it is the sole responsibility of the PO to do the review to other teams, right? Like the stakeholders and the business, right? That's what you're saying.
It is all team. Review has to be all team. So
All team.
yes. So PO works with a team and the Scrum Master to prepare everything, and everybody is responsible to help on that process to complete that review. It's a formal process. One person cannot do that one. So it is teams, basically everyone is responsible to complete. Scrum Master facilitate, product owner works with the team to get everything ready and do that one.
Is this before deployment? Usually before deploying the product, are we going with this one? Or is it like a beta release or something? Or how do we kind of consider?
I think, can you repeat the question? I could not hear properly.
So is this before the product deployment?
So we'll talk about the deployment part little bit later, understand the difference. But I would say that if you think of potentially shippable increment, right? When I say potentially shippable increment, that means it can be deployed at a particular time when the product owner ready to take it, right? So, but the product is ready. I am demoing this one in staging environment or in production, depending on the system availability or the environment or the architecture, right? So, but my things are ready and I want to show everyone that this is what I have done. When I say I means the team. So team has completed and we are ready to show that this is what we have completed end to end for that particular increment. It might not be the whole product, but from the product, this is the first increment or the third increment we have completed, and this is what it is.
So this is just a time check. I mean, we have 10 more minutes for today's session.
Okay, so that sounds good. Thank you, Pradeep. So let's finish this one, and we will watch one video, and then we'll go for tomorrow. So let's finish quickly what is remaining. So Scrum Master plus AT plan the iteration sprint. So no, it is whole. So when we are planning, everyone needs to be present. The product owner should be there. So this is the whole thing. So next I am going PO plus AT. Create user stories. Demo the system. Everyone will be there. Participate in release planning, PI planning. PO plus no. So participate in release planning, PI planning whole, everyone. Okay. So I think this is good exercise. So slowly you'll understand with whatever slides I have. So you'll understand. So let's move forward quickly. And I am going to share my screen. Thank you, Charlie team. So there was another activity here. I think we should do this one. Then tomorrow we'll do the video and other things. So this exercise, everyone can see, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So with the team, we understood that the roles as responsibility. Now is the time for us to build our team a little bit robust. So initially from the program, so think that okay, within the organization there are programs, and within the programs we have teams. So think this global training program from which I am basically creating multiple teams and telling them that okay, this is the Scrum Master, this is product owner, these are the team members, so and this is the team name, all those well and good. So this thing happens in organization also, same thing, but now it is up to the team how they can make their team good. So what I want with this exercise, that you need to identify within your team who are the players and who wants to play Scrum Master and PO role, Okay, so one suggestion I would give him that if a person is already working as a Scrum Master within the organization, then let he or she choose himself as a Scrum Master. Similarly, product owner, other people can go as team member. But if nobody is working as Scrum Master, then somebody might say, "Hey, I am looking for Scrum Master role, so let me be Scrum Master." Right? Initially, I gave specific names, Scrum Master, but let's think that that is not there. So find out who wants to play what role, right? And then put that one on the team roster. Go to team roster and change the role for your team, right? That is one. And next thing is basically come up with a team name. So in organization, people will come and give you a name, but since you are working together now, you need to think of yourself, what gives you value and what makes you feel good. So come up with a name that resonate with you, and then you can work together saying that, hey, this is us, this is empower team. So we empower people, something like that. So come up with a name and put that name. Suppose I have given Alpha, right? So put Alpha hyphen the team name. So that's the new name. Later we can take out the Alpha once we are confident.
Just a quick thing. Actually, we in golf team we are only 3 members, and Pradeep is also helping out. So helping you out. So we are left with only 2. So Pradeep, are you going to join back for this activity, or you are going to help this too?
No, I can join. Yeah, yep.
Okay, and so step 3, create a team Scrum board. So now you know Trello, and we have boards. So now based on your understanding, right? Based on your understanding, think of what Scrum board you can create, and later we can modify. But whatever you know, okay. So to complete our delivery, we go through multiple things, and this is what a Scrum board looks like. Help the team understand, have the collaboration, understand how you can design your Scrum board, right? That is the third one. Fourth one, this is for future, but right now we have to decide. So let me talk a little bit. We might do the exercise today, or because time is running, right? So we might not. So we might do the exercise tomorrow, but let's understand this one. So the fourth one is very critical because the way I am thinking that the practice what we'll be doing is not just a theoretical practice. So we need to do the real work here so that we understand what it takes to deliver from initiation to the final value to be delivered to the customer, right? So it starts with the program level, lot of exercises, and then it comes to the team, right? If we understand from the top to bottom, then we will have broader picture and the deeper knowledge to basically practice, right? So in that process, so we need to have different roles, and then we'll be going through some activities with those roles, so that things will be coming to the team in the right time, and we'll be doing release planning, and how release planning happening, before release planning what are the activities happening with other stakeholders. So we need to understand that one, right? And I want to ask people to participate in this activity more, so that you learn that one in a better way. So I would say that, okay, we need to have minimum these roles: business owner, program manager, product manager, solution architect. These 4 roles I need to identify from the team. So work with your team, and if you are interested to play any role, then think of that one, then give your name. Then if there are multiple people going for same one, then we can find out who will best fit into that one. That is no politics or anything that we are
So Vishnu, can I ask a quick question? So you're saying come up with a team name, right? Already we have a team. So what do you mean by come up with another team name?
Okay, so that's a good question. So as I mentioned, anytime within organization, they will come up with a team structure. They will say, hey, these 10 people, go ahead with your team, and this is the name I am giving. Management normally gives, but that is not a good practice. So what normally team does, team comes up with their own name that resonates with them. So what is the meaning of that one is, so when we are working together and to bring a collaboration, bring a good relationship with them, we need to start with some good name so that they can refer to that name and tell other people, hey, we are so and so team and we are great because of, so they'll connect with that name. They will say that, okay, our team does this one and we are great with this one, right? So think that way. So you are a team. Now think of a name that you can use and tell people that this is us, right? With that name.
Okay.
Right? Alpha was given, but that was given by management. And why you care about those names at this point? So bring your own name. That is the meaning.
And also, yeah, that is clear. Now, many of the teams we only see 2 or 3 members available, right? So now we are trying to find out who is going to have same PO and team member and other names, right? Is it a good idea to merge teams? Like, how do we do that?
Yeah. So tell me which team are having problem. So because I saw majority of the teams are good, but only maybe 1 or 2.
So, only 3 people.
Sorry, which one?
I mean, our team has only 3 people from the beginning. Yeah. So like golf.
Golf. Okay. Golf and
Charlie is there. Only 2.
Charlie. So I saw a lot of people in the in the breakout room. Maybe people are not joining or they have some problem. Is there anything happening?
Vishnu, I don't know when the last breakout session we have only 2 because Pradeep was helping also, he was not there. So only myself and Subrat were there. So I don't know who else is there in my team. In what team, I don't know.
So
yeah, the last meeting I had problem. That's okay, but yeah.
Sir, I'm
Yeah,
looking
today
at
I could not able to
room.
the team too.
I'm looking at the breakout room. So let me tell you what is going on. So I saw that when I break out, I see some people are not joining. So I don't know what is going on. Some people said that they are not getting the buttons, but I don't think it is problem for everyone. So with Alpha, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people at this point. With Charlie, 1, 2, 3,
We
4,
were
5.
only 4 for Alpha today.
So yeah, so people are so there are having problem. Okay, so Delta 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delta 6. Echo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Foxtrot 1, 2, 3. Foxtrot is 3. Golf is 3. Hotel is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. India is 1, 2, 3. Juliet is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so we are having.
But Vishnu, this is Arvind. Today we have 6 people in the team in the breakout session.
So I am okay. So we can do some shuffling here. Only problem is sometimes people are joining, sometimes not joining. That is causing problem, right? So so if I break, then later 1 or 2 member will come and join, and they will say, okay, I am part of this golf, right?
Yeah, I think golf has to be merged with something. That's what my opinion, but people can say. Yeah.
Okay, constantly you are having problem with golf. Okay.
And Vishnu, in Echo team, like 2 people, one of them has not joined anytime. Like she has not been there right from the start. And even the other one, he's not very like not joining all the time. So we have scope for 2 people if you want to shift the team to our team.
Okay. Okay. So then we'll move golf people to Echo. Is that okay?
For the time
Yes,
being,
we
yeah.
are fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless until they say they become very strong, then we will be envy of it.
So that is good. So any other team needs to be merged or anything?
Are you looking for like at least 6 in a team, Vishnu? With all the roles, it looks there are at least 6 roles.
Yeah, so I would say I can go until 8. There is no issue. 7, 8, 6. But some teams are less, so we need to figure it out. So golf, we decided golf will go to Echo. Any other team?
See, Delta, we
Team
have
Fox.
6, only 4 are participating. So,
If it is 4,
Yeah,
I would say
Alpha we have 4.
no, 4 is good. So if it is less than 4, I would say it has to be changed.
Yeah.
Foxtrot also usually has around 3 or sometimes less.
So today
we have 3.
Foxtrot we can take it to some other team where 4 members are there.
At least only 2. So decide about it. Yeah.
So Charlie is 2. So I think Charlie right now I see Charlie 1, 2, 3, 4 members.
Yeah, only Archana and myself. No, only 2 people are there in the team.
No,
3
some people might have problem. Like I see Archana, Guna, Ravindra, and Sujit, 4 members. Okay, so those are temporary problem. I think that should be fine. So when we do exercise next time, we'll figure it out, and we can move there. But before that, I'll move golf and echo, golf to echo. So the last discussion, what I want to do is already 1:05. So what I want to say that okay, I need those 4 members, specifically for some pre-planning, and whoever is interested, make sure that okay, they will be able to provide some additional time with me apart from these sessions, and we need to work little bit. So when I say additional time means at least 2 hours, so not constant 2 hours one session, maybe like 2 sessions, 1 hour 1 hour. If you are willing to give, then we can start with that one, and then I will help the team how we can come up with our epic features, everything, and how we can do the release planning. Then team will understand what is happening on the top level and how things are coming to the team, and they will be able to start taking those features, create stories, estimating stories, and then start work, then moving those work to the demo state, and then review, retro, all those we need to practice those. So that means we need to have a working system, not just a something on the paper I am showing that this is what you need to do, right? So we need to really play with a simulated system. So if everyone okay, then please help me. So
Vishnu, I can volunteer.
And this is Aarti.
Yes.
So you want to volunteer as what? So we have business owner, we have product managers, we have architect, and we have, what is the other role I said? I'm forgetting myself. Sorry.
program manager.
Program manager.
Yeah, program manager also. Yep.
We need business owner, program manager, product manager, solution architect. So
Program manager.
Program manager. Okay. Anyone wants to go for business owner?
Yeah, I would like to volunteer, Vishnu.
Who is speaking?
Alok. This is Alok.
So Alok is a program manager.
No, I said about business owner.
Business
not
owner.
program manager.
Oh, sorry, business owner. Business owner.
Thank you.
Business owner, and Aarti is product manager. And who
No,
was?
Aarti program manager.
Sorry, program manager. Program. See? Program manager. And
Vishnu, Anita. I can probably pick product manager.
Okay, Anita.
And you can put my name as solution architect if you want to.
Okay, Pradeep, right?
Yep.
Solution architect. Okay, that's good. So I got the name. So I'll contact separately and start the process. I'll set up some meeting and discuss about what I'm trying to do. And essentially, when we start the process, even before, we'll have a meeting with the whole team, or we'll take some whatever session we are having. So discuss about what is happening on the top level and how they are going to participate. So essentially, the product owner, what we have in this exercise, they have to, as I said, so find out whoever want to do product owner role in future or are already doing a product owner role. So if you are not doing product owner role but business analyst, at least that will also work. So and Guna is saying that I am currently in product manager role. So Guna, you want to do product manager role?
You can consider that in future, Vishnu. If currently people have already volunteered, you can consider them. If still in future, if somebody need to be taken up.
So we can have multiple also. It doesn't have to be one. So we can have multiple product managers. So I am taking your name also. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And today's time already 1:09, so it is exceeded again. Sorry about this one, but we are.
Sorry, Vishnu. Quick question.
Yes.
Sorry. There can be multiple business owner, multiple program manager. You just said, just wanted a clarification so that others can participate also.
Business owner. See, for our discussion purpose, definitely we can have multiple. But I would suggest that one business owner is good. So other people can join as business owner to help the process, understand the process. I'm not stopping anyone. Okay. But when we run the process, that time I would suggest that, okay, the person whom I am saying this is the business owner, to be realistic kind of a simulation, we'll say that this is the business owner and he or she is going to do this one right now. Right?
Thank you.
So that way. So product manager, in fact, you will see that within a program, multiple product managers can come. But you will not see that multiple business owners. One business owner will be there. And for a program, there will be one program manager. And if it is a portfolio level, there will be multiple programs and there will be multiple program managers. But at this point, we need one. But multiple people coming, they are welcome also. There is no issue. So we can have discussion. We can gather many information.
Thank you.
Okay. So.
Okay. So, Vishnu, one final question. So, this meeting you said will be happening before tomorrow's call or after tomorrow's call?
No. This is for future. So don't worry. So this is not going to happen. So I'll set up something. So these roles are for future. And tomorrow is a totally separate. Tomorrow we have lot of things to discuss little bit deeper, right? When we went through roles and responsibilities, the purpose was to identify where people are. So people are having confusion. People are thinking, I need to move here, there. Why? Because they do not understand the process in detail, right? So now the time for us to go to detail and understand. That time it will be clarified. So it's a kind of pre-assessment.
So Vishnu,
this is Tuwari model, right? Just still on that.
Exactly. Yeah. And Vishnu, if there are multiple product managers role available, then I would like to volunteer for one.
Sorry, what's your name?
Rajni.
Yeah.
Or if there is a business analyst role, then I would like to go for that.
So why don't you do product owner within your team?
Okay. But for this meeting also, like even if I'm not playing any role, I would like to be a silent spectator. I understand the process.
So I'm putting you as, you said, product manager, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you can, I'll say that, okay, so take the role as proxy product owner at this point.
Yeah.
Try to understand. So I'll explain why I'm saying this one.
Yes.
You will help the product manager in basically getting things done. So so it will be easy for you.
Yeah.
Vishnu, I'm ready to be an intern.
I was thinking I will put you business owner, but
Arvind is the servant leader here.
I will be somebody said the best spectator. I will learn. I'm really learning. Fantastic.
No, but just to tell you, Arvind, I want to discuss also, right? So I'll put you part of the bigger discussion, and if you don't mind, if you have time, so it will be good discussion.
Where do you want to put me?
on the bigger program level discussion, I'll put you as a spectator or whatever, but we need to gather some.
Okay, no problem. I will put my time. No issues. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now
Thanks,
it's
Vishnu.
14. This
Yeah.
is high time for us to stop this one. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
At the same time, anyone having a question or anything, I'm still there for a couple of minutes. So let's discuss. But otherwise, thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thanks, Vishnu.
Thank you
Talk
for
to you tomorrow.
today's session.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and thanks, Vishnu. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Thanks, Vishnu. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Vishnu.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vishnu. Thanks, everybody.
Vishnu, I had a question.
Yes.
Actually, I am from Team Foxtrot, Rajni. We didn't come to discuss our board, but we had put some comments on our board regarding creating user stories.
So in the parking lot?
Yes, in the Agile Roles and Responsibilities board.
Okay.
So we had done it according to the roles. So in one card says that create user stories under product owner, but is creating user stories only the responsibility of product owner, or can the scrum master or business analyst also create user stories?
User story creation is product owner and team, not
And
Scrum
team.
Master. Scrum Master is a facilitator.
Okay.
So user story creation is both product owner and the team. So the team is not owning the story, but they help the product owner creating. So it is both. So product owner
Is it about grooming and refinement when you are talking about team is involved?
So Silpa, so process sorry, so process wise it can happen in any state, right? It is not just refinement or grooming, right? So it can happen in the top level also, in the program level, when epics is broken down to feature, then features broken down story could be written a little bit ahead depending on what kind of story. Refinement, so there are two things. One, we said decomposition, and other is refinement, or the other word is grooming on refinement. So nowadays people are not using the word grooming because it has different meaning, so it is gone from the dictionary. Means
Yeah, I know. They are referring it as refinement. But my question, Vishnu, one quick question here before you start explaining. So basically the Agile team is not involved in creating the user story, right? The high level user story when it is coming into team. Only when in the refinement we just get involved as an Agile team and involved with the product owner to refine it, right? So that's when the final story comes out, right?
So story creation, it is a tricky thing. So in terms of agile process, there is no restriction saying that okay, team doesn't create story. No. So product owner owns the story creation, story management, prioritization, everything. But the word is create, right? So it can be created by business analyst from the team. It can be created by the product owner. It can be created by the team member. It can be created by the tech lead. It can be created by anyone, because stories, when we say story, it is not always business story. It could be a
Technical
technical
stories.
story. It
Yes,
could be anything. So the generic term we are saying creating stories. So creating story falls into team and the product owner.
Okay, so basically you are saying that depending on the project need, right? If it is a technical story, then the development team can volunteer and write the story, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes, and
Thank
business story sometimes business story also created by team, when product owner basically comes and helps in understanding the story business need, and then team like proxy product owner or the business analyst, they helped in creating, so they are part of the team, so they create.
Thank you so much for the
Yes.
clarification.
But this story grooming sessions are done even before sprint planning or the iteration planning. So it starts with the high level product backlog and then the grooming sessions from the product backlog.
So refinement starts
Refinement.
from the top level,
Yes.
and it ends in planning also. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I mean to say that, okay, it is a continuous process where we break things and refine. So two words, right? Break. When I say break, which is basically decomposition. So if the item is big, then it has to be broken vertically. We prefer vertical splitting.
Yes.
And then that time we try to refine. Refinement is basically detailing the story. So I am
Yes.
breaking this one now, and then I am going to detail this one to make sure that, okay, I have the acceptance criteria, I have the acceptance test, I have the necessary detail to make sure that, okay, I understand this one, what value customer is getting and how I can deliver this one. So how part is not discussed in the refinement process, but I have the understanding back of the mind that, okay, if I can deliver this one, then only this is ready. This definition of ready will come into picture, and that time we say that, okay, this is ready. So refinement. Um, does it answer or
Yes.
some
Yes.
more? Okay.
Yes, it answers. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to switch off the
Okay.
system.
Thank you, Vishnu.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye
You
now.
too.